Hello, everybody, and welcome to Organic Chemistry 1. My name is Dr. Corsepius. That's Corsepius, Corsepius. Welcome. This is kind of going to be a unique semester, all online. I don't think anybody was really expecting this a year ago, but 2020 is what it is, so we're just going to do the best that we can. Before I even sort of like introduce myself, I want to introduce our online system because so much of this course is going to revolve around Canvas that I just want to point out some key things, give you guys a sense of how you're going to navigate through this course on a week-to-week or day-to-day basis so that you can get a sense of these things, okay? So I'm sharing my screen here. Hopefully you got here by starting and clicking here. Then you use this next button here. This is just taking you through these pages. So then you arrive at this page with the video. If we go to our home screen, we can see that these were just pages that are in this week 1 course introduction module. A module is like a folder. It's holding these different pages that contain information in the form of text or video, as well as the various assignments that we can do through Canvas, which are either discussions, quizzes, or an assignment, okay? So these are these various tools that we have that we're gonna be utilizing in Canvas. This whole course introduction is aimed at just introducing you to those various tools in a sort of low stakes way. You'll have, we'll go through the syllabus, and then you'll have a syllabus quiz. Using those next buttons is the best way to to go through this module, making sure that you hit everything and get everything completed. However, you can view it this way as well. And then once you're done, it's a good idea to hide it. And then that, makes the screen less busy. So this week we will also be diving into chapter 1, which is just a review from general chemistry. So I'm going to use this as an example to just show you how the course is sort of organized. You'll always have this intro page. I know it's going to be really tempting to skip that intro page, but it really helps to have a little blip about what it is that you're about to be learning to contextualize it, because if we know why information is important, we'll retain it better. So make sure you sort of read the introduction here, and then each one of these pages is going to contain a lecture video, and then after that video, there will be a short assignment that will test your knowledge on what was just taught in that video. And so that's how this is going to go down the line, is lecture video, quiz, or other assignments such as a discussion, lecture video, quiz, etc., etc. So, and these are broken down by topics so that they're a little bit more short and bite-sized, right? So it's, you get information, a 10-minute lecture on bonds, and then you take a short quiz on bonds. You can see the point value is very low. All of these after lecture events will add up to 5 points per week or per chapter. So they're sort of broken down in that way, okay? And then at the very end, once you make your whole way through, you'll have 3 discussions all the time at the end of your weekly modules. So let's just go through and see what those are real quick. One of those is a 2.5 point weekly question forum. So this is where you'll post a question about the lecture content. One of the disadvantages of being online is that you guys can't shoot me questions quite as easily. So this will be a good way, if you have a good question, to ask a group that then will post to this forum that other people can either answer a question or you can post your own question, okay? So that you'll be required each week to ask a question or answer a question. I believe this week we'll be having to do 2, okay? So this is a good thing. As you're watching these lecture videos, jot down questions as you're going. Asking questions is really important. Students hold on to questions too much. And what happens is that if information doesn't make sense to your brain will dump it. It doesn't hold on to stuff that doesn't make sense. So by not getting a question answered, you potentially are hurting your ability to remember information. Okay, and then these last 2 are both have this weekly challenge problem associated with it. So this is going to be where you're broken into groups and given a sort of more difficult problem, one that will take a little bit of work. So for example, a group will have to come up with all the different molecules that share that molecular formula, and there are quite a few. So you're going to work with your group to try to figure out that kind of challenging problem. And then once you and your group come to a consensus, you will post your answer to this forum here, this final submission forum. And the reason why there are two different ones is that once you post it here, everybody in the class will be able to see. Okay, so this is a way where we're going to tackle bigger problems sort of together by divvying up the work, and then you guys can sort of all see what everybody came to. Okay, we're going to use this format in lab as well, where we'll have one group module followed by one final submission. Not module, I'm sorry, they're discussions, but yes. Okay, and so that is how a typical week is going to look, is going to be to move through these. Generally speaking, again, it'll be a chapter per week. You'll always have a week's time to go through a chapter. With chapter 1, I actually extended it till next Wednesday to give you a few extra days because there was also this introduction module, which I know everybody put some work into. So yeah, so that's how the weeks are going to look. And then when it comes to exam time, we'll have an exam that's given over Canvas. You'll actually be practicing a lot of the different submission ways, submission techniques for your work throughout the course. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a practice day where I'll set aside some time. Everybody can log on and make sure that we are all doing it correctly. So when it comes to exam time, there's not any like flustering, what the heck procedure is this, okay? But we got a little bit of time to tackle that, so everybody can work their way through this. First bit of content, it should be review. Don't be tempted to skip it though, because it's specifically focused on the type of review that you want to do to be able to step into organic chemistry, specifically focusing on things like chemical structures, which are going to be incredibly important throughout this semester. Okay. All right, so that about does it. Just I hope everybody has a little bit more of a sense of how the lecture is going to work. There will be another video for lab, so don't worry about that. But yes, the first thing I want you to do before you even go over to lab is to go through this course introduction here. So right now you're on this page, and now you'll work yourself over to this discussion. This discussion will have you practicing not only using the discussion tool, but also uploading multimedia to Canvas, which will be incredibly important throughout this semester. All right, yeah, cool.